right, Sweaty Sunday, June 14th. We're gonna do boxing versus isometric-ish. Isometric technically means that the muscle is holding, so like a plank is isometric since you're working but you're not moving anything. So it's the same measure, right? Nothing is moving up or down. But we're gonna move a little bit. So technically it's not technically isometric, but it's okay. Okay, so boxing versus isometric. First we're gonna start with our durability. So after you warm up, right? Again, warming up, either the general warm-up or things that you know you personally need to work on. We're gonna do standing leg extension. So you're just gonna stand up. I'm gonna bring one knee up. And with this, I also wanna focus on lifting that hip a little higher. So this hip is slightly higher than the other. That's what I want. I don't wanna be resting into my standing leg, okay? So hip up, and then I'm just gonna extend my leg straight and bring it back. Okay, two things. This is really hard, and also if you're tight, it's gonna bring it down here. So if when you extend your leg, it drops down here, that's okay. I just want you to come to full extension. So I don't want you to do this and stop. Find where can I get my leg all the way straight. Never been straighter, okay? And then you can reset, straighten it out, reset, straighten it out. Only for 30 seconds. This is intense, okay? Then you're gonna flip over. We're staying the same leg. If for some reason your leg is on fire, you can just do the other leg to give that standing leg rest. But if you can hang with me, after that 30 seconds, we're gonna go into what we call a back scale, or say warrior 3, okay, in yoga. And what I'm gonna do is raise and lower my back leg. So with this balance, my standing leg is bent so that I can keep balance. With my leg bent, I'm able to activate more muscles here. So with this one, I do want you to keep your standing leg straight. With this one, it's okay if it's bent, all right? Chest lifted, and then I'm gonna drop and raise my leg. It's okay if you do this, or you go all the way down, all right? As long as you go all the way to the top, that's what we're gonna focus on, all right? 30 seconds of that, you'll be on fire. Then we're gonna do the other leg again, leg extension. Just to reiterate, super straight leg, chest tall. With this one, when your leg is out, I'm trying to pull my chest towards that straight leg so that this doesn't happen. All right, you're gonna lose your balance and you're gonna be not engaging all those muscles. So it's trying to maintain this without changing as you stick your leg out, okay? You're gonna do one round. So left, front and back, right, front and back. That's one round. You're gonna do 3 rounds. So on your SmartWatch timer, it's every 30 seconds for 6 minutes, okay? That's your warm up, that's your durability. Then the actual workout, you have 3 different supersets. So we're gonna do cherry pickers versus twisting plank. So cherry pickers we did last week. Again, to start, I always start with my opposite leg and opposite hand up. Then I know when I switch, I'm going the right way. So they're gonna look like this. My knees are not terribly high. You don't have to like hike your legs up. That is a skill that comes with time. When you do high knees, the pace, that's what we're looking for. Then we start to work on our height. It would be incorrect to do this and to try to work on your height and go so slow, because then you're putting more poundage on your legs. We want to go quick and light like we're trying to run across water, okay? So cherry pickers again. We did them last week. My elbows stay in tight and I'm rotating my arms, so it helps with that boxing and it raises your heart rate because your arms are over your head. Okay, cherry pickers, 30 to 45 seconds of that. We're gonna come down to twisting plank. So on my forearms, I'm gonna take my hips and just arc them from side to side. Really big with this one, you do not have to touch the floor, all right? So, sorry, motorcycle. You don't have to touch the floor, that's excessive. And your feet, I kind of twist them and they end up laying on their side, but you could probably stay on your toes. So your feet can also flop to the outside cutting edge. I'll show you my feet. So sort of like side plank, they end up turning. So hopefully that feels okay on your feet, and then you're just moving your hips just a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna go back to the cherry pickers, twisting plank. Cherry pickers, twisting plank. That's your first superset. With all of these, one of them is boxing, pretty obvious. The other one is isometric-ish, okay? With the boxing, you're gonna work just like last week. We're gonna work for 30 to 45 seconds, so you get a little bit of rest in there. And then with the core piece or the isometric piece, you're gonna be working the whole 60 seconds, all right? So cherry pickers, 30 to 45 seconds, plank, a full minute, go back to the cherry pickers, plank for 3 rounds, so that will take you 6 minutes. Then we're gonna rest for a minute. So resting for a minute is basically enough time to look at your next movements, grab a sip of water, and change the timer back. Once you're ready, you're gonna do front kicks. So we have been doing the knee strikes. We're just gonna change it to a front kick. So it looks like this. So when I do a front kick, I need to not do this and then fall backwards. If I was to kick something, it would knock me right over. So in MMA, when they do their front strikes, they end up leaning backwards. So it's very similar to that knee strike. So front kick is here. Just so you can see a little bit better, I'll move back. Okay, so we're not really kicking someone, so you don't have to be like super aggressive with that flick, all right? But I do want you to push all the way up. So it might look like this to start, and then you start to pick up the pace. Huge one with this one. If you have tight hamstrings, start slow or just do the knees. It is very possible that you would pull your hamstring if you just start whipping stuff out there and you're not warmed up. So I do want you to make sure that you practice slow and maybe just default to the knee strikes if you're someone that's prone to pulling your hamstrings. All right, the second piece, sumo squat. So our sumo deadlift, right, the knees and the toes are facing the same direction, but it's got different parameters. So we're just gonna make sure for this movement that my knee is over my ankle. You're gonna go as wide as you can with your knees, and then make sure your feet go the same direction as your knees. So I go as wide as I can, and then make sure my knee and my foot are kind of pointing in the same direction, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is place either my wrist or maybe my elbow. That's pretty aggressive. Just place my wrist, maybe my forearm on my knee. The other arm goes up. I'm gonna press into my knee, reach through the ceiling. I'm also gonna open up this other knee with my glute. So you're gonna go to the left and to the right. You can switch whenever you'd like. I like to look up. The idea with this one is I'm just maintaining this position with my hips and just my spine is moving. So I'm not changing as I do that. You're gonna feel it without really putting much effort into it. So again, I'm pressing against that leg to open it, and then also using this glute to open that leg, and then stretching. So really nice stretch the lats, but your legs end up doing quite a bit of work there. So it's nice, good core piece. Okay, so then you're gonna go back to the strikes, the front kicks or the knees, 30 to 45 seconds. Then you're gonna do that sumo position for a full minute, okay? 3 rounds, it'll take you 6 minutes. Rest for a minute, reset your clock, reset it for every minute for 6 minutes, and then you're gonna do roundhouse. So roundhouse versus boat is your last superset. A roundhouse, we haven't done yet, and it's a body strike. So I'm taking my fist around, and I'm striking somebody in the body, right? So as I do this, my whole body is turning. I'm not just here, using my arms, I'm getting my whole body into it. So your main focus, the back foot turns, my hips and core, everything's coming with me, and then you can focus on the arm. Like if I just focus on my body, it kind of looks like that, right? So there's this quickness with that core, all right? And again, your other hand is up, blocking. It's not to the face. We're gonna do a body strike, so we're gonna stay a little bit lower with our core, right? We did uppercuts the other day, same thing. Now we're doing a roundhouse, okay? Boat pose. So sitting on your butt, you're going to, I really bruised my tailbone a couple weeks ago, so I still have trouble sitting on it, and I forget every once in a while. So you're gonna sit, and you can either hold onto your quad. The focus I want here today is keeping your chest as close to your legs as possible. So this would be step 1. Maybe step 2 is letting go. Maybe step 3 is holding on but extending one leg straight, which is pretty tough, okay? Kind of alternating, maybe both. And then maybe you let go and you alternate left and right. If you lean back when your leg goes out, it just means that your core strength is not there, so I do want you to hold on. You should still feel it in your core, even with holding on. And then maybe you practice straight legs. You rest for a second and then go back in. Your hands can be on the floor, behind you, in front of you. That does not make it easier, it's just different. So play around with that. Sometimes I even do this, where I lean from side to side. So I'm reaching my feet and my hands to the same side, and then just shifting. That gets a little bit of the obliques It just makes it fun. So you have a minute of that, and then you're gonna go back to the roundhouse for, again, 30 to 45 seconds. All right, those are your 3 boxing versus isometric. That should be it. That's a 19-minute WOD total, 20 to 19 minutes. Again, if you have any questions, you can text me. We can end up doing a little video chat if you have trouble with stuff. Yeah. Don't forget to log your scores on SugarWOD, and I'll see you there.